So we thought we'd make a video talking about the game for once.
We've been avoiding it and doing other things.
Something we rarely do. We've been playing a load of COD, but not actually talking about COD itself.
Yeah. So I think the first thing to say is that it's one that we've put the least time into.
Yes, we've definitely played Cod Ghosts the least out of any other COD game.
And that's not necessarily because we like it the least. That is more due to circumstance and the fact that we just had a hell of a lot more time to play all the previous CODs that we did play.
That's true.
But I think ultimately we've come to the decision that Ghosts is probably the weakest, or if it's not the weakest, certainly the least fun.
I don't think it's the weakest effort that Infinity Ward have put out. I just think it's kind of the most boring in many ways. I think it's a better game than Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's more fun than Modern Warfare 3.
No, I don't know. I mean, again, it's very different. I like a lot of the things that they've done, but at the same time, there are lots of things that have somewhat ruined it.
So let's talk about these specific things. First of all, I'm sure you've all noticed, but the use of thermal sights on LMGs, or thermal sights in general,
just so overused and so overpowered. They're so accurate. You stick them on a light machine gun or even a submachine gun, which just should be ridiculous. And it's not only insanely accurate, but I mean, it just picks up people across the map. I mean, it's just hideous. When you die to it, you feel like a piece of shit. And it's horrible, especially when you're on a kill streak and some guys camp behind a rock somewhere.
Happens all the time.
Look at that shooting, fucking Jesus.
What are you shooting at there, man?
Well, it was a dog, it's fine. But yeah, no, I think that's been a real disappointment. And actually, when we first picked up the game, I don't think that was so much of an issue. That seems to have been something that's developed as the game's gone on.
Yeah, it's really grown as it's gone on. There's no question about that.
And in no other previous COD have they been really an issue. Like, okay, sure, in Modern Warfare 2, they were quite a big deal on snipers, but they were only a big deal on snipers, and you know what? You could handle them most of the time.
Yeah. It's just that one guy that will sit at the back of the map, or in somewhere really obscure, but he's got quite a good view of the middle part, and you can just pick someone off with an LMG from miles away with such accuracy.
He'll only get a 1 in the game, but you know what? He's going to be happy with his 1, and he's a killstreak ender.
But that's one thing. Let's because every game has the odd bad thing about it. So let's keep going.
Well, the next big
the spawns aren't great.
Is the spawns? I mean, the spawns have always been a problem with COD, and everyone's each consecutive COD has thought they've solved the problem.
Yeah, it's always the case.
But this one seems to have got it really wrong. I mean, again, coming from our perspective, we used to play a lot of domination, a lot of demolition, and much more, hard pointy kind of proper objective-based games. Whereas we've started to play a lot more TDM on this because it's the only one that we can really get into. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is due to the spawns being all weird.
They're very unpredictable.
People will spawn in places that you're just thinking, well, why on earth would you spawn there? And when you expect the enemy to spawn in a certain place because there's the space free or the teammates are over there, they then won't spawn there. So not only does it work in your favour against you, in the one way of them spawning in weird places, but it also means that they don't spawn where you expect them to when they should.
I think
that makes any sense.
For me, the golden rule with spawning is that when I die and respawn, I want a couple of seconds to relax.
Sure.
I want it to take me a couple of seconds at the very least, to get back into the gameplay. Whereas sometimes you'll spawn and then you're being shot at within a couple of seconds. Look here, I'm pretty sure that guy's just spawned because of the way he's running.
Yeah.
And he just ran straight ahead of me, and that's a crap spawn. That's not good.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I think has been a real issue with Ghosts, and it's not gameplay based, and I think it's personally been one of my biggest issues, is that the maps don't seem to be like classic COD maps. Now, this bit's hilarious.
How you got that? I'll never know.
I'll take it. But basically, from my perspective, a great COD map has to have a really strong left, a really strong right, and a really strong middle. Now, that may not seem obvious when I just talk about it, but there should be a left passage where fights go on and that people can flank around. There should be a middle passage where most of the action happens, and again, they can be flanked from the people on the sides. And exactly the same for the right-hand side of the map for the left. Now, a lot of these maps are either very square, and so you don't get that, so it's kind of everywhere.
There's no clear middle, left and right.
And there's mess coming from everywhere, or when there is a middle, left and right, they're very patchy. And
also, there are no safe places on any map, really, apart from the room that you're in now, perhaps. But as a rule, there's always someone that can flank you from somewhere.
And there's far too many rooms with which to camp.
Look at this, look at this. He's waiting.
I'm
waiting.
Get him! Oh!
I'm
trying to protect the kill streak. So anyway, You would expect some maps to have some camping spots. I mean, personally, I don't like camping, but you would expect them to have a few places, but you want them to have sort of 3 directions to which you can come in. So you can defend it like a proper building, and you don't actually have to camp lying in one direction. You can move around the building, you can hold down the building.
Anyway, so that's just a quick video summarising what we think is perhaps wrong with Ghosts. There's a lot more to say about it. Maybe we'll do another video. In fact, we might publish a video, because we've just got Xbox Ones. We might
Happy fucking days.
Happy fucking days. We might make a video on COD Ghosts on the Xbox One if there's any differences. Let us know what you think of the game. And yeah, see you guys later.
See ya.
Not bad, man.
Yeah, okay.